Okay, today we're going to work on Chapter 7, and this is Practice 7B. We're going to add the foundations and footing. We may put the floor in here too while we're at it. This will be an addition. So whether you get this done early or late this week, when we're duplicating the walls and floors up above, really doesn't make too much difference. So what we're going to do is, starts on page 7-25 in the textbook. And you're going to go to your modern hotel, open it up, and we want to go to your floor plan for top of footing. And what you'll probably see is the graphics are not shown here because it's below the floor plan. So what we do is we go to underlay over here on the properties menu and select floor 1 and hit apply. And now we can see the floor plan actually shows up now as an outline for the basement. Doesn't have any of the petitions or anything in there, but that's fine. Scroll down to the extents area in the view range. So we're going to come down here to extents. Under view range, we're going to say edit, and the top associate level, set top to level above basement, and offset of 7'6", which mine is already set at. Cut plane to 3'6". So we'll set this one at 3'6". And the bottom to unlimited. And depth area to unlimited. Hit apply and OK. So most of mine was already set there. In the architecture tab, we're going to go to architecture wall, and we are going to set this wall to a generic basic wall 12-inch masonry. Generic 12-inch masonry. Location is going to be core centerline. Base constraint will be top of footing. Base offset will be 0. Top constraint up to level floor 1. So in other words, up to level floor 1. Top offset 0. And when to modify, what we're going to do is pick the walls and extend the wall to, okay. Pick lines in the main building underlay. Select the core center line of the exterior walls and curtain walls and around the stairs and elevators to create the wall. So this is going to include our stairwells also. So if your stairwell, I know some of you may have your stairwells and basement going all the way down to the bottom. You probably want to change that because this becomes part of our core wall. So we're going to select our pick lines, and I'll just start up here at the top, and I want my core center line. Right to floor 1. Should pick up that center line. Picks this one up. There it is right there. That one. And I think that must be the center line. Nope. That one is. I'm just going to follow my way around, look for that center line, including, You want the center line, just like we did for the walls. I want this center line right here. So hopefully this is working out all right. There it is. I'm zooming in so I can pick up that dotted line so I don't just pick up the wall section. And there it is. Good for now. We'll go back and clean these up afterwards. Whoops. Okay. So I'm going to hit escape. I'll just select these and I'm just going to drag it over to the center line so these will heal up a little bit. I don't know why that one is. There we go. The center lines touch, then they kind of heal themselves. So this one needs to come back just till it meets that one. There we go. I think everything else was pretty well. No, this one is. That one back. Bring this one up. There we go. Not a problem. And on this one, what I'm going to do is take this one and extend it until it touches this center line. And there's our foundation wall. And I think that takes care of it. If I actually go to my 3D view now, and we take a look at, there's our foundation wall now down here on the bottom. We don't necessarily use a lot of block, but that's what they show it as. So we'll think of it as granite, so it's got a little bit more class. So the next thing we're going to do is put our footing in. This starts on page 727. So I'm going to go back to my top of footing plan. And we can basically do here, we're going to go back, once we've got this done, to our underlay and change it back to none. Oops, you know what I did? I didn't put my, I got to put my, got to put these walls in for the stairwell. Still using the generic, so I'll just come down here to the center line, up to this one, to this one, and to this one. Just bring it right into the column. And same thing down on this stairwell. That's just telling me I got a wall overlap there. And I want to move that one over just a little bit. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is take that one right out of there. And we're going to put this wall right here to there and let it heal up. That looks better. Let the engineers fight it out. So now we've got all our walls in. Now we can come back up here and turn off our visible, what the heck was it? Oh, it's in our wall. Got to be in our wall. So we're going to go up to level 1, change it to, oops, that's our, that's my wall. Oh, I just hit the modify. Sorry. There we go. Underlay. Change it back to none. So now we've just got our foundation wall here. What we're going to do is put our footing in. So we're going to go to our wall properties. We're going to set, this time we're going to a 24-inch concrete generic. So our footing is twice as big. This is what our foundation wall is going to sit on. Location is going to be core center line. Base constraint is going to be top of footing. base offset is going to be negative 1 foot 6 inches. Top constraint is going to be top of footing. So the bottom will be 1 foot 6 below the top of the footing. Top constraint was up to level top of footing, top offset 0, 0. We're set to go. Use the pick line, which is this one right here. And we're going to pick the center line all the way around. So this is relatively easy. Just find that center line and follow your nose. Whoops. Up, up, up. And see, this wall here isn't touching, so I want to grab that. Whoops. I know, I didn't mean to put that there. There. Now we just want to pull this wall over until it intersects. That heals that up. And just like, whoops, get one more footing over here around our stairwell. Beautiful. So now we'll go take a look at it in 3D again. So we can see there's our footing on the bottom. 1 foot 6 deep, 24 inches wide. And with a good ground compaction, that should hold up our hotel. So that takes care of exercise 7A, and they get into some elevation stuff that we're going to get into later. So the next thing I want to do is work on putting the floor in. Now let me just find the placing floors exercises in chapter 8. I'm going to go to the end, and what I want to do is put the floor in. This starts on page 8-14, and we're going to start by putting the floor in the basement. So we're actually going to go up to task 1. It says add the basement floor. So open up our basement floor. Now we don't have any walls in our basement, so ours is just empty. So it's a little different than what shows on the book. And we want to let's turn off everything that we don't need. So I'm going to select this, hold down my control key, select this. I don't need these. Selecting one of everything I don't need. That should be enough. Right click, hide in view, category. So here's our foundation wall. What we're going to do is put this in. We want to select a concrete floor 1 foot thick. So here's our floor right here. Floor generic 12 inches. That works. We're going to select pick walls. So this is our pick wall. We had pick lines. This time we're going to use pick walls. Select the inside face of the exterior foundation walls. So it's going to do that all the way around. So this one, and this one, and this one, 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 and this one. And I don't want to, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to grab this line, hit my modify tool, grab this, and I'm going to pull it back until it touches this line. And I'm still in my floor, so it says use the modify tool to ensure the boundary is a closed loop. So we want this purple line that shows up here to be a closed entity all the way around. And then we're going to hit our finish mode. It says if an error dialog box opens, click continue. Use the modify tool to ensure that the boundary is a loop. So we got to see where it isn't. Aha, right here. This needs to come over and touch this. Let's be a little more careful. Did we get it that time? I'm going to check it. There it is. The roof floor overlaps the highlighted walls. Would you like to join the geometry? Click yes, and then click in an empty space outside. So now our floor is in place. If we go look at our 3D view, not sure if we can tell the floor is down there, probably not in the basement, but we can look at our stairwell. So let's go back to our basement level, and I'm going to take my camera, even though I can't really see too much. Whoops, no, basement, camera, and I'll just take a look from this direction. And let's shade it. Realistic. So now we can see we've got a floor in here that we can work with. I may have put a floor on the second floor, so ultimately if this, let me just see if that's got a floor on the second floor. I may have done this one as an experiment, so let me just see. That one doesn't have anything on the outside. Doesn't look like it. Let's take a camera view up here and see if this has got a floor in it. Render it. Yeah, it does. I just need to get a hold of it so I can get it out of there. Because I wasn't ready to do that, so I was probably just experimenting. Let's turn some stuff off. We'll say hide in view category. Hide in view category. There's my floor. I'm going to pick that floor and delete it. And then we'll turn everything back on. Come down to my hide in view. We'll select everything. And see if we can right click and say unhide category. And uncheck this. They all come back. Now, let's look at our 3D views. That would be view 4 would have been up. That's upstairs. So now I can see my walls all the way heading down into the basement. If I look at view 3 now, so I'm able to see there's my half wall upstairs. So I haven't placed the floor yet on the first floor level. And we'll do that in lab this week. Start putting our floors and duplicating our walls up to our second and third through the 8th floor. Now the file gets kind of big, so we're going to have to be careful to make sure that we don't end up with issues with our memory. If it starts getting really slow for a lot of people, we'll have to back off. So we may have you save this as several different phases, just so you get the idea how it works. But that's it. Foundation wall, footing, and floors in the basement on your own, and we will do the floors and duplicating the upper floors in lab this week. So that is a short and sweet one for this week's online lab. Thanks.